Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to
Starting Promotion right now, radio.
The station with integrity, the station with a difference. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown says so. Full Darcy.
Starting Promotion right now, radio.
We not stop till we drop. Zane, bless.
Why not tune in to the SPRB Radio Podcast Zoom Experience with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango.
This is Jojo Mack, and I always tune into the SBRB radio podcast with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. If you love a good conversation, you should too. Check it out.
This is The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com.
Hello everyone, I am Pistol and this is The Buzz. The Jamaica Observer's Entertainment Desk continues with the 55th of its bi-weekly feature looking at seminal moments that have helped shape Jamaica over the past 60 years. When Desmond Dekker died in May 2006, his manager and close friend, Delroy Williams, described the singer-songwriter as the first legend of reggae. The 64-year-old artist passed away in the United Kingdom, the country that made him a megastar. Williams said Desmond was the first legend, believe it or not. When he released Israelites, nobody had heard of Bob Marley. In 1969, Israelites, a sufferer's tale about ghetto life in Jamaica, went #1 on the UK pop chart. It was sung by Desmond Dekker and his harmony duo, the Aces. It was their second hit in the country, following 007 Shanty Town 2 years earlier. Both were written by Dekker, a former welder and protege of producer Leslie Kong, a Chinese Jamaican who also produced Judge Not, Marley's first song. Ghanaian Afrobeat star Stonebwoy is taking his claim to reggae music. According to him, the Jamaican music belongs to Africa. He said, quote, reggae is rooted in the heart of Africa. It doesn't belong to any Caribbean society from its core. It belongs to Africans and we are enjoying it in diverse ways, end quote. Music insider Kingsley Goodison is however rubbishing Stonebwoy's claims. Goodison said, quote, don't come here with that foolishness. Reggae was formed in Jamaica in different stages. It was ska, then the rocksteady, then reggae. Africa has nothing to do with that. Follow the history of the thing, but reggae is Jamaican, end quote. John Legend has a lot of love for Jamaican music. The Grammy-winning platinum-selling singer-songwriter showed some of that passion recently by collaborating with singer Jada Kingdom. The song Speak in Tongues is on Legend, the American's 8th studio album, which debuted at number 59 on the Billboard 200 albums chart recently. Legend said, quote, I have so much love for Jamaican music and I love featuring Jamaican artists on my projects, end quote. Speak in Tongues is produced by Jamaican Stephen the Genius McGregor. Legend said he was introduced to Jada by the producer and co-writer of Speak in Tongues, The Genius. He said the Genius is so talented and he has produced several tracks on his last 2 albums. Popular entertainer Vybz Kartel has reportedly been transferred from the Horizon Adult Remand Center to the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center following the airing of a new Fox 5 New York interview. In the interview, journalist Lisa Evers was told by Sidem Ozturk, a British social worker, that she got engaged to the dancehall superstar in the summer of 2022 during an authorized prison visit. Jamaica's prison authorities have not commented on the matter. Ozturk said that she began corresponding with the entertainer in 2015 and met him for the first time in 2019. She said, quote, to be engaged to Addie is a dream come true. It's amazing. I don't even know how to describe how I feel, end quote. The entertainer has reportedly been placed on a block called Jail, which has been equipped with security cameras and other forms of modern technology designed to prevent illicit activities. Jail is said to house high-risk prisoners. Kartel's lawyer, Isat Buchanan, has denied his client's involvement in the interview and opined that the transfer, which was carried out by the Caribbean Search Center, was a complete disregard of an inmate's human rights. Dancehall DJ Macca Diamond is doubling down and says she will continue posting sexually suggestive videos to her OnlyFans account, despite the fact that one of them made it to the public domain. She said, quote, "For everybody's information, Macca is going to keep posting more and more videos. I didn't put it out in the public domain, that's for sure. And I also believe none of the members in my fan page group put it out either," end quote. In the video clip doing the rounds on social media, Macca Diamond is seen partially exposed, caressing her breasts. In June, a similar video made it to the public space. The female dancehall DJ feels the circulation of the videos at this time is an effort by her detractors to bring her career to a halt. She said, quote, "If the reason is to embarrass Macca Diamond, they surely will come out the loser. This will only boost my subscription. I am about to raise my subscription from $10 to $50 US." I am Pistol, and that, my friends, was The Buzz.
That was The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com.
Now here's the song from our sponsor, Jojo Mac.
How is she?
What'd you say? You're leaving. I don't understand.
Break it down for me. ABC it and let me see. I don't understand what you're telling me, but I'm really curious. Oh, I wanna know. If you're down with me, how could you just tell me that you wanna be free? And what then about it's you, not me? You can't be serious. Oh, no. Oh, no. Funny thing is, I know it's my fault. I didn't pay enough attention to your heart. I spent too much time tripping, too much time fussing. Yeah. Baby, please stay. I'll change my ways. Yeah. I'll do anything you want me to. Take a ladder to the sky to prove to you. Give anything you want me to. Baby, yeah. Baby, don't go. Don't let me baby, no. Forgive your lady. Promise I will make it up to you. I promise I will give my best to you. I promise I will never make you blue. What can I do, babe, to make it up to you? I can't live without you. Think about it, yeah. And nothing you say, I'll be brand new. Baby, just for you, say it and I'll do. Baby, I do it all for you. Please believe me, yeah. And nothing you say, or I'll be giving my love away. Baby, don't go. Don't leave it, baby. No, forgive your lady. Promise I will make it up to you. I promise I will give my best to you. Just don't make me have to live without you. Funny thing
That is the word from our sponsors, Jojo Mac and Pistol Buzz. And today it brings me great joy to have such an astute gentleman on our show who's been waiting patiently for his time. And that time has come. The time when we unveil greatness to the world. And I mean that, right? His name is Daniel Joseph.
Respect. My blessing.
Now, I hear some of you saying Daniel Joseph. Who the hell is Daniel Joseph? Right? Because you haven't heard him on the circuit. You haven't heard any of his music on the circuit. But I have an ear for music. And when we hear good tune, we have to unveil it to the masses.
Yes, this is true. That's what we do.
So you are now looking at greatness, even though you haven't heard any of his songs. And we will be doing that during the course of this conversation.
Yes.
But first and foremost, because when I get excited like this, I tend to forget my manners. And we have a lady amongst us, Sharon Mango.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yay, applause for me too.
Before you say anything, Sharon, before you say anything, let's get the management in the building as well.
Absolutely.
Hey, Sharon Bentley, where you say?
Yeah, good evening. Bless up 10 Star, bless up everyone.
Sharon Bentley is our management from Germany. All right, all the way from Germany. So where you say, Sharon?
Everything is good, thank you. I just want to bless up everyone and, you know, I hope that you guys carry it. I'm a bit late, so I'm just setting up my other laptop here.
Right, brilliant.
Just carry on, I'm here.
And I know you'll be doing a wonderful job behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do at the moment.
Thank you very much. And keep on doing what you're doing. We love you like cooked food, like ackee and saltfish. And mango too, East Indian mango.
Thank you. Bless up Beverly, bless up Daniel.
Respect. Yeah,
Thank you, Sharon. All right, Sharon Mango, over to you, my sister from another mother.
Well, this is true. Long time friend, 10 Star General. Just so Daniel Joseph knows, I'm in the US, not in London. I'm in the US now. But born and raised in London, so, and a yard woman still, no? Respect that. But anyway, back to the English. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, kings and queens. This is Sharon Mango representing SBRB Radio and Royal Blend Productions. And we have in our midst today a Mr. Daniel Joseph. Now that's like he's got two first names, isn't it? Daniel Joseph. Two first names.
Yeah.
And I anticipate that is original.
Explain that still.
Yeah, actually my first name is Daniel, but the reason why the Joseph was added to it is because I'm born February.
All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I am going to play one of his tracks, okay, to you, so that you can understand where I'm coming from. All right. Now, I was introduced to him through Candyman's backing vocalist, and her name is Rose Bennett, my sister from another mother.
What happened to Rose? Rose was supposed to come on. What happened to Rose?
She's doing a lot of touring with Sanchez and many others, you know, so she couldn't commit just yet, but we are getting her. She's very interested in coming on. And because she couldn't make it, she said, all right, you know what? I'm going to go one better. Let me just give you Daniel Joseph for now till I can make it. Yeah?
Rose Bennett.
Yes, so she'll be here soon, very, very soon. Right, hopefully you'll be in very, very soon. Till such time, let me just play a particular track by Daniel Joseph, all right? It's called Rise Up. This is the first one I heard by him. I was very, very impressed. It's going through its mastering and, you know, the coding and getting the numbers and things. And then as soon as that's, you know, completed, the song will be out on iTunes. As a matter of fact, I'm being told that it'll be out on Wednesday. All right? Wednesday coming. So take a listen. This is Rise Up.
Dream Brazil, rise up on them, the youth them a rise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Elohim soon arrive. Rise up on them, the youth them a rise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Most High is alive. The grass is green, the ocean blue, the sky is blue, yet you still don't have a clue that the world is overdue for a cleansing. Can't you see the lies the material you is presenting? Most are hypnotized, don't know the truth and are misrepresenting. One's consciousness of ego rise. Rise up on them, the youth them are wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Elohim soon arrive. Rise up on them, the youth them are wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Most High is alive. The mothers of the earth, the fathers of the earth, the sons and daughters of the earth are being hurt because they don't know their worth. Yes, can you hear their cries? The feeling of being mixed in distress. Once need to realize fear is just an illusion, it is worthless. Will you sever your ties? Remember, love is the greatest. Rise up on them, the youth them are wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Elohim soon arrive. Rise up on them, the youth them are wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Most High is alive. The grass is green, the ocean blue, the sky is blue, yet you still don't have a clue that the world is overdue for a cleansing. Can't you see the lies the material world is presenting? Most are hypnotized, don't know the truth and are misrepresenting. One's consciousness of ego rise. Rise up on them, the youth them are wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Elohim soon arrive.
Ethiopia, Africa, when I laugh, when I linger, when I play in that time, you say it. Original Raising Awareness show. We are talking about 10-star general, Yaman Sharon Mango. Bang, bang, turbulence to the future. What do you like King Selassie? Joe! Rastafari, keep it accurate and royal.
Yes. Daniel.
I don't know what happened just now. Yeah.
You can hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. We know it's gonna happen every now and again, but don't watch nothing. You know, we're working with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I realize.
Yeah.
Like it happens like every half hour or so. Yeah. Okay.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on our show. Before we get into it, and we know time is of the essence, especially with the, signal and everything. We're going to get into it. So let me first and foremost introduce you to my co-host, Sharon Mango.
Yes, we're doing this again. Sharon Mango. You know who I am, the original Sharon Mango. I mean that. Daniel Joseph, welcome again. Real quick, I think that you were saying your middle name is Joseph. Is that right?
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Are you hearing me? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
It's on a bit of a delay, but your middle name is Daniel Joseph, correct? Your middle name is Joseph.
No, my name is Daniel, but because I added the Joseph to it because I'm born in February, and I have a lot of Rasta friends, and they would always say I'm from the tribe of Joseph, so that's how it became Daniel Joseph.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant,
Well,
brilliant.
anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
Right. I'm just here talking with Rose, and I said, man, this guy's brilliant. And she said, I told you.
Rose Bennett, okay.
Right.
Bless up Rose, yeah, and she's the person who
man.
made this happen. We have to big her up, Rose Bennett.
Right.
You know, Bennett.
Rose Bennett, a great singer, one of the best harmony singers in Jamaica and the world. Yes.
That's what we heard, definitely. Candyman definitely talks about her.
Right.
So let's get into it. So Sharon, I'm going to let you start. Go ahead.
Okay, Daniel. So again, before we get cut off again, Daniel, tell us your journey. Like, you are another young man that we're interviewing again, relatively young man, you know, rising up in the ranks. So tell us about your background, like where you were born. Matter of fact, are you in Jamaica now? Where are you?
Yes, I'm in Jamaica at the moment.
Okay.
I was born in Spanish Town,
Okay.
Spanish Town Hospital. Yeah, I was born in Spanish Town, raised in between St. Catherine, migrated for a bit, came back home. I always travel back and forth, you know. I always did music though, because I remember once when I was a kid, you know, in those days they had cassette tapes and stuff. My cousins them used to play and DJ and stuff, and I would always make my little songs them and stuff.
Yes.
And it was fun and it was good. And ever since then, I had a love for music, and it wasn't surprising that I ended up doing music because I loved it from a tender age. You know, yeah. And to add to that, I consider my music that I do now miracle music. I call it miracle music because it has the ability to uplift the consciousness of a human being, and that's a real miracle. Because you could go to school to learn dentistry, brain surgery, heart surgery, chemistry. You could go to school and learn these things that people call miracles, but where do you go to learn to uplift the human consciousness? So yeah, so the music that I do have the ability to uplift the human consciousness and awareness, so I call it miracle music, you know. Yeah. Because the only thing I try to do music where the only thing that could offend anyone about my music, say for instance a parent came home and your 15 or your 14-year-old was playing a Daniel Joseph, the only thing about it that could offend you is the volume. It's not supposed to be the words or anything that you hear that the artist is saying. It has to be the volume. There's, hey, turn that down, it's too loud. You know? So the miracle music is the music that I do is it has the potential to uplift the human consciousness, because that's the real problem that the world is having, you know, is people consciousness. Because if you could change a human consciousness, you change the world.
That's right.
That's where all the thoughts come from. That's where the crime and everything, all the problems that we're facing is based off of the human consciousness. And when I say that, people usually mistake it for education. It's not education, because you have a lot of educated fools. It's the human consciousness.
True.
Because if a man is conscious, he's not going to steal. He's not going to murder. He's not going to do anything ill against his fellow man. You know, so the human consciousness. So I try to do music that has the potential to uplift the consciousness. So I call it miracle music. I don't know. That's just my personal thing that I do.
I like that. I like the concept. It's like a different perspective, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It is miracle music, because if you're going to touch the people, it's a miracle that whatever you're saying has the meaning where people are like, I feel it, you know. I understand what he's saying. Yeah, man, I'm right. So
have the ability to uplift the consciousness, because once you uplift the human consciousness, then you uplift generations, because then they're going to go teach that to their children, and then teach that to this, teach that to, you know. Yeah.
So I anticipate growing up, you know, you were raised in the church?
Semi, yes. I would say yes, because between the ages of being, let's say, 4 or 5 years old to like 11, I used to go to church every Sunday.
Right.
So there's a Christian foundation within
Right.
me. And
Right.
it's within a lot of Jamaicans, you know.
Yeah. Oh God, yes, I know. Yes.
Yeah, so it's just because we're living in a Christian culture, based on, you know, a lot of people would disagree to that with the new generation now, but as we know it, church is a
Yeah.
part of our growing up. So
Mhm.
yeah, that had a lot of good influence because church is a good thing, you know. You know, I'm not a bona fide Christian, but church is a good thing because, again, I like to give little short stories. If you're away, like now you're in the States, right? Where are you? New York,
New Jersey. I'm in
all
New
right.
Jersey.
If you're in New Jersey now and you have a daughter or a son that's 13-year-old in Jamaica, and you call, say they're with your sister growing up or whatever, you're working, which most Jamaicans go abroad and work and leave their kids. If you call your sister and they say, hey, you know, your daughter gone Sunday school and she on the choir and she gone Bible study, you feel proud. But if you
Yeah.
hear, hey, you know, she gone hang out and she's smoking and she going to the club and you start worrying.
Yeah. Right.
So definitely it show you that Christianity have some good. Because if you're going to hear that your son or your daughter is a Christian, you feel proud.
Yeah. Yeah.
They say they're doing something positive, right?
Mhm.
So despite of your religious beliefs, Christianity has a place to help with keeping someone on the straight and narrow.
It's a narrow. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so I embrace Christianity, even though it's a paradox. I'm not a Christian, but I embrace Christianity, just like how I embrace Rastafari, and I'm not a Rasta. What it stands for that I embrace, you know.
Yeah, it's the teachings. It's
right.
the teachings that you embrace. Yeah.
Yeah, the consciousness again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know.
I think one can be in that mindset that when you say that you're not a bona fide Christian, you're a Christian at heart, right?
Right.
You're a Christian at heart, but it doesn't mean that you're running to church. I don't go to church.
Right.
I don't go to the churches because things that I see I don't like. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're going in there like, this is supposed to be, okay, I'm supposed to be Christian. I want to do another church.
Right.
But I embrace it. And I believe
Right.
that there is a higher conscious. I believe in God. I believe that there was Jesus. It's in my heart.
Right.
And they say that you will not find God in a building. He's in your heart. Lift up a rock and he's there. That's what they say. Right? So it's in here. No matter what. If a church burned down tomorrow morning, doesn't mean you're not a Christian. Doesn't mean you don't believe. So I understand, you know what I mean, where you're going with your mindset in this. It's just the teaching. I respect Rastafari as well. Their teachings, the humbleness about it. They're very spiritual individuals. And it's not like they really need a church. However, just the teachings and one believes in one, and then you bring in the congregation. Everybody believes in that one thing, that there is a higher purpose.
Right. And I mentioned Christianity because you asked me about growing up. So I tied in because Christianity was a big part of me growing up, you know. So it put certain morals inside of me, you know.
Well, that's why, but that's the reason why I asked, because you said miracle music, you've taken it to another level. You know what I'm saying? Now
he calls it miracle music.
Yeah.
I've heard some, like when I was in Jamaica, we took a taxi from Brownstown to another parish. I forget where we ended up. Anyway, QQ was playing out of the airwaves at the time because QQ was making it big in the music as a young kid, you know. But we were hearing from a Christian lady that was devil music. Turn up that devil music. And the mere fact that a little 8-9-year-old was singing along to it, she clapped him in his head.
Right.
That's a devil music. So what was that like for you? I mean, were you able to listen to what they classed as devil music? I would call it reggae music, but they classed it as devil music.
Yeah, because even now I still listen to dancehall music and music that you would say is not positive then, you know, because on another side, right, I look at the artistic nature of how words are put together and how the artist is bringing across his message and how he's riding the beat and everything. So even if the song is not a positive song, I will still listen to it, and I might even still like it. I'm not gonna come up here and talk like, oh no, I only listen to positive music and miracle music. No, I listen all kind of music, all kind of genre. That's why, not to get off the subject, but earlier when you were playing the news, when they were debating about who owns reggae, I thought that was a respectfully, I would say, a foolish argument, because reggae, it's owned by us, the world. It's not owned by Jamaica or Africa or this. It's owned by people. We made it. People made the music, so we own it. And people have the tendency to always feel as if they own something on the earth. You see, they don't understand. You come into this earth and you're gonna leave this. You come into the light, you're gonna leave in the light. You don't own nothing. You don't even own your house. Because if you look at your house, the paper say landholder, it don't say landowner. So I don't know what people fighting to own. What you owning? Because you come and you see something, you're gonna leave it. You may be a co-creator of something, but you're still gonna leave it. So
true.
So whether you have people that would say that they own reggae or dancehall and disown and this is the right, this is the right. It's all a matter of opinions, because nobody owns nothing really.
Right.
And to go back to General's question, what I think about it is, to be honest, I don't really put much thought into my own opinion about it. Like if either I like the song or I don't like it. And it's just that I would prefer and I would rather if most of the artists, them like myself, I'm an artist, most of the artists would make more positive music. Because could you imagine if you have a society like Jamaica where 90% of the artists them are the positive music, how much change that would bring? That would bring so much change.
Yes.
That would bring so much change. It's phenomenal. We can't even fathom the change that it would bring. Just like how you see these guys in the streets walking with their pants down there by their knees. Imagine if all the artists them, all the rappers them decide, hey, you know what the new style is? Pull your pants on your waist and keep your belt tight. Everybody would start wearing their pants to their waist. So what we have in the world is we have almost 8 billion people, if I'm not mistaken. We have maybe 100,000 leaders in the 8 billion people, and everybody else is following. All right, let me just put the numbers more realistic. 1 million leaders. We're not talking about government officials. It's about people who are influential in day-to-day society and communities. Right. 1 million leaders in 8 billion people. You have 1 million leaders, and everybody else is just following. So it's when not to a general must be saying, when I asked Daniel one thing, he gone to 10 different things. But
no, go ahead.
The branch of the tree of life has so many branches that when you answer a question, it takes you off into a whole nother dimension of answering it. Right. Yeah.
So let me take you, further back, as a young youth in your family household, who do you remember listening to? Who were your influences under a Christian household?
Papa San, Stitchy. I used to love listening to Papa San, Stitchy. Then as the ranks come up now, you have Little Lenny. And even though, with respect, to saying Christian also, we still, once you say Beenie Man and Bounty come on the scene, we did listen them to it. Never because Christian also, like whenever they listen them, we did listen them and we did love them, because that was the thing as a young youth for you listen. And everybody, you go school and you DJ like that man, you sing the song there, and just like now, your bathroom, and you pretend say you're the man, you DJ, you have fun. So as far as influences, this is a variety of artists that have been influenced by Bob Marley. And I could take it out of the envelope of reggae also. You talk about Nat King Cole. I love listening to Nat King Cole. I like listen to jazz. Going on the sentimental journey, gonna find, yeah, General have me sing our jazz music now. So when it come to influence, it's a whole genre of people and music and stuff that has impacted me to say, you know what, music is the key. So it's not just dancehall and reggae artists that I'm influenced by.
Right. So share with us a bit of growing up in Jamaica and how it influenced and shaped the person you became when music maybe became part of your life.
Growing up in Jamaica, it instilled a certain level of integrity in me and discipline. Because now in the world, you have to be careful what you say. You don't want to offend this group, that group, this person, that person. Back then in Jamaica, it was more hardcore. Like we have a straight and narrow way where we say, yo, I saw, you never used to find that. Even like me say, go back to the pants stone. Now you never used to find man address them way there, and people had more self-awareness then. I don't know if because of the connection with the internet, the world has lost its awareness. It looks like the more the internet spread, the more unconscious people become. I don't know, but to answer your question, it molded me in a way where it trained me to take what I love seriously with joy as well. It trained me to take what I love seriously with joy, because I took school seriously. I took school seriously, I take music seriously, and I take family seriously. That's why I treat my children very well. I love my kids because I learned the value of being a father. And so growing up has molded me into taking the things that I care about seriously, with respect and with joy, because you can't just go like everything is serious. You have to still be serious and be free,
Yeah.
So it to conclude my answer to your question now, moving forward to the present day now, while doing this music now, this reggae music, this miracle music as I call it, I realized that the message has to be real, and you have to be serious about what you're saying, not just saying it to try to bust or try to make a money or try to be famous, but really put something in the listener's head that they could take and uplift themselves and make a difference in the world. Because look, if you come in the world, Sharon Mango, and you change one person's life, just one human being life, if you change one human being life, you've done 100% work.
Yes.
Because you've changed one life. So if you can remember your life now, general, you as a man look like you help enough people. So you do a lot of work already. So why stop there? Continue, and so it growing up kind of give me this awareness and this consciousness for say, you know what? Love what you do and take it serious and try to make a difference. Because now that you're a man and you gain a certain level of consciousness with responsibility, you can't just come in the earth and leave it worse than how you left it. You have to try and leave it a little better than how you come see it.
Yeah.
If it's even your surroundings, you have to make a little better than where you come see it. Because I'm telling you, Sharon, with humility and respect, what keeps me going and keeps me humble is the sight that I have to leave this world one day. I don't live my life with a illusion of immortality. That's how most people do that. See, they don't realize that this is a temporary realm that you're in. Make the best of it. It's actually like a university. Because you come to earth to learn. Because if you look at the earth realm, what are you here for? You look at every day. You get up, you eat, you sleep, you go to what are you here for? People want to know. People want to know their purpose. Your purpose is. I could tell everybody their purpose on earth right now in this interview. You think I can do it? I can tell you your purpose. Your purpose is to help God. People looking all the time for God to help them. You're the servant in the master's house. You come to help the master. The master of your help you. You come to the man also help him. Oh, you help him. You help God by helping your fellow man, your fellow. You help.
Absolutely.
That's how you help God.
Yes.
Live good amongst each other. Yeah.
That's
yes.
Right.
That's how you help God, because people every day them get up and I talk about God. What you talk about God for? You want help.
Yes.
You want car. You want house.
Yes.
You want money. You want health.
Yeah.
So you always ask God for things. So what you do for God?
Yeah.
So your purpose on earth, every human being purpose on earth is to help the Most High to uplift the consciousness of the planet.
I hear that. before I bring Sharon in again, back in school, it's a twofold question I want to ask you. Back in school, didn't you want to become a doctor? Because I know, and I heard you say you took school seriously. So how come music you're onto?
because again, it go back to consciousness. At the time when I was in school, the level of consciousness that I had a dream of becoming something, not realizing now that I'm a man, I realize that I don't have to become nothing. I'm already everything. I can choose what to access.
Where did that come from, though?
I don't know. You see, that's the thing about life. We're supposed to admit when we don't know something. I don't know where it come from. It's just
some people go for a defining situation that leaves an everlasting thought in their mind. You never went through that.
Well, no. Let me tell you. I could kind of understand what you mean when you say where it come from now. I study a lot with the gurus. I read a lot of sadhana, and I do a lot of meditation.
Okay.
I do a lot of meditation, moving energies through the certain chakras, and it's a different story. But I do a lot of meditation. So by meditating a lot now, I get to realize that I don't have to become anything or be anything. With a million different options that you're free. You have a free will. But to answer your question, back in school, I always wanted to be like a pilot. I could fly a plane, but I don't have the license. I don't have enough hours.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I literally can. I literally flew, several times already. So, but anyway, for like a long story short, that's what I really wanted to do in school. But as I got older and became a man, and then once responsibility hit, and then you realize that, hey, but I want to do this, but we need money, and then that's not enough money, and this, and then we realize about my mortality, and I said, but wait, we're closer now to the light than we were when we first started the program. So it's like once I realized my mortality, I said, but I don't have time to sell, because when a person wants to hire me for a job, I'm selling my time on earth, which work, and no. I'm just talking about me. I choose not to sell my time.
Right.
To a boss man. I choose to use my time to create what I want to do, whether it be a business, music, whatever. I choose to use my time for me and not sell it to you, because we're all given a certain amount of time, and when a person paying you $18 an hour, $20 an hour, $30 an hour, the system says it's a job and bills and mortgage and this, but it's really your time on earth that you're selling. So I don't have a problem with it. Again, I will make sure I stress that I don't have a problem with it, but I choose not to do that. So that threw out the career thing out the window as far as JOB.
Yeah.
So I had to go within myself now and find the blessing and reason with the Most High, and the Most High send a musical angel for dwell with me, for help me along my path.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of deep, but life is very simple and very complicated at the same time. It's a balance.
I totally know. I totally see where you're coming from, And anyway, Sharon, because this guy will get me talking.
But you said, you know what? Was Beverly Notes said? I was about to ask that question. Beverly Notes. So you say you're born in February, right? When in February were you born?
The 5th. I'm an Aquarius.
Yes, age of Aquarius. That is why, it's just the enlightenment.
Wait, what does that mean, Sharon? Enlighten me.
Aquarius, they're real deep thinkers.
Okay.
Aquarians are not to say dreamers, but they figure, like he was saying, he meditates and all of that. And as he's talking, I kept saying, you gotta be Aquarian. Either Aquarian or Pisces, but if he's born in February, maybe Aquarian. His consciousness is on a whole nother level.
Right.
His level of consciousness is a whole nother level. It literally is a spiritual journey for him. He doesn't see things how everybody else sees things. You know what I mean? He's here to tell you, okay, I'm here.
So he's worse than me and you then?
He's worse than me and you.
Okay, say no more.
So it's about a balance, because on one hand, right, I realize on one hand, I say to myself, I could achieve anything. So I need to work hard, be disciplined. I want nice, we all like nice things. I want nice house, nice car, nice clothes on this hand. On the next hand, it's like, I'm nothing. And I'm not guaranteed to be here tomorrow. None of us are. Which human being you know where you could guarantee going to be here tomorrow or next week? None. Yeah, you can't guarantee nobody be here tomorrow. So on one hand, you have this right here, and this is ambition. If you stick too much over here, you get egotistical and get proud. But if you stick here too much, you kind of will get depressed, because then you won't want to do anything. So you have to come in and meet yourself in the middle right there. You know, where you could balance life, because on one hand you're everything, and on the next hand you need to realize that you're nothing. But you know, we don't teach our kids that. We don't teach our kids that humble yourself because you're nothing. No, we teach them they're everything and they can do anything, because we want to propel them. Right. But in that propulsion, right? I don't know if that's the right word I use. But within propelling them, you have to be very careful, because sometimes you propel your daughter through school. Sharon Mango, now she's a lawyer, now she has a career, and guess what? She loses herself. She is so educated now, you can't even hold a conversation with her about spirituality, because you've molded her into this, or you're on this side too much. You've never held this conversation with her like, hey, you know, you need to humble and give God thanks, because nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, and you need to look at life, and let's visit the hospital and see if we could go see what some of these sick people are dealing with, and talk to them and bring them some fruits. And people don't do that. People don't, we're kind of respectfully, I would say we're kind of hypocrites, you know, and I am too, because we cuss politicians general. And if your son or your daughter becomes prime minister, you're proud, you walk around, tell everybody, oh, my son's a prime minister. But if your son now you sent to college, tell you that he want to go and farm corn and plant yam, you say, no, you didn't send him to school to do that. Why? What's wrong with that? He wants to be a farmer. What's wrong with that? Your one son wants to be a farmer, one son wants to be a lawyer. What's wrong with that?
Very true. Very true.
That is true. Absolutely.
So, and as soon as your daughter become mayor, you walk around and tell everybody how your daughter's mayor. So how come you're not cussing your daughter that she's the mayor and that she's not doing a good job? You know, so even that, you know, that's another topic again right there. But you know, that's why I tell you this is miracle consciousness music, because consciousness is what drives everything. It drives everything you're doing. It's a certain thought that you had while you came up with the show, you know. Everybody involved had the thought, and they put it together and you manifested it. You know, so the show not just happen like that. People have to think, say, hey, what could we do? You know, it's
quite clearly.
So yes, so
real talk.
If you didn't have the consciousness, you couldn't do it.
That's right.
So it's the consciousness that really makes a man, a woman, a parent. Yeah. And it's again the consciousness which really makes criminal. So if we want to help the world, we have to help people's consciousness. That's what you have to help. Not giving them money and job and food. That stuff is relative. But the consciousness, once you put a certain level of consciousness in the human being, then you build a strong man right there.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? You see, nobody teach. No, there's no school out to do that. There's no. That's why I tell you, the music is miracle music, because the music that I do have the ability to do that. When a man listens, him say, man, yeah, you know much man listen, rise up and call me. I say, man.
And it never released yet.
I need to shake up myself, you know. Yeah.
You understand? The tune never released yet. And yet it is creating such an impact.
Yeah,
I know where can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, good. I say your tune never even released yet. You don't even have one tune on the market.
No, and it's play. Oh, and that's another thing. It's going to be on all digital platforms come Wednesday. Actually, come
Tuesday.
Everything will be done by Tuesday on digital platforms. So Wednesday.
Wednesday. Good.
Yeah. So, but it's playing on radio. It's in the promotional run. It's on the radio, and the videos on YouTube, and so it's playing every day on the radio. Every day it plays. They were saying that my song is one of the most played songs right now on the radio in Jamaica because it's playing every day. Every day, everybody. Disc jocks was taking it from other disc jocks that I gave it to and saying, "Hey, whose song is? I like this song. I like it because the song have the consciousness in it, and when that spirit is in it, it's attracting certain vibration without people even knowing why they like it."
Yeah,
it does that.
Yeah, you know, I have to bless up again Rose Barnett, because I was supposed to interview her, but because she was doing too much, touring,
right.
She said, "Listen, I want to introduce you to Daniel Joseph." And when she introduced me to you, I remember doing a search and I couldn't find anything with you, you know. And then I remember me and you connected, and it was almost like I'd known you all my life. And I swear, Sharon, this guy, he just blew my mind with his conversation. And I tell you what, this guy is going to be huge. He's going to be huge. You know, we're talking to this kind of armor. I just want to play that song one more time because
yes.
Well, the song he has is just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Rise Up, Gun Sporting,
Meditation.
Them tune, they're tough, man. This is live anyway, so don't watch no face. And we're going to go into one of these songs. I want to go back into Rise Up because I want him to talk about that particular song. I envision greatness coming from that particular song. Talk to me about Rise Up. Why music? Why you wanted to do music, and how Rise Up became one of those songs that you decided to sing, which is going to be released on Wednesday.
Rise Up came to me.
Don't watch it. Can you hear me? All right.
Easier. You hear me, Jenna?
Let's start again.
Okay. I figured that music was one of the easier ways to reach to a vast amount of people. And it's something that I love and it's something that I know how to do. So that's why I chose music. And because I love it anyway, that's the real reason. I love it. Because you have to remember, you could always do podcasts, you could do many different things that could reach to millions of people, but music runs through everyone's veins. It's vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, stuck again.
And I chose music to make sure that. Are you hearing me now? Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi that is got is not.
Rise Up came up. Rise Up.
Oh, the Gremlins.
But well, it was a very successful.
I tell you what I want you to do. Can you hear me? What I want you to do, log out and then come back in. And during that time, I'm going to play Rise Up. All right?
Okay, let me log out and come back in.
Yes, do that. All right. Yeah. So here is Rise Up by Daniel Joseph. One of the first songs that I heard by him. Impressed by it. Take a listen.
Dream Brazil,
Rise up on them, the youth them a rise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Elohim to the right. Rise up on them, the youth them a rise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Most High is alive. The grass is green, the ocean view, the sky is blue, yet you still don't have a clue that the world is overdue for a cleansing. Can't you see the lies the material world is presenting? Most are hypnotized, don't know the truth and are misrepresenting. One's consciousness of ego rise. Rise up on them, the youth them a wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Elohim soon arrive. Rise up on them, the youth them a wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Most High is alive. The mothers of the earth, the fathers of the earth, the sons and daughters of the earth are being hurt because they don't know their worth. Yes, can you hear their cries? The feeling of fear makes them distress. One's need to realize fear is just an illusion, it is worthless. Will you sever your ties? Remember, love is the greatest. Rise up on them, the youth them a wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Elohim soon arrive. Rise up on them, the youth them a wise up on them. I see the lies up on them, the Most High is alive. The grass is green, the ocean view, the sky is blue, yet you still don't have a clue that the world is overdue for a cleansing.
Now for soul from the tribe of Shaka Soul, Ethiopia, Africa, when I laugh, when I want to play in that time, you say it. Original Rising Awareness Show, we are talking about 10-star General, Yaman Sharon Mango. Bang, bang, turbulence to the future. Only man like King Selassie, Joe! Rastafari, keep it accurate and royal.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
You can hear me okay now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Good, good, good. Yeah, you were talking to us about Rise Up and thing.
How it came about. Okay, well, let me tell you now how Rise Up came about. I was around a very successful friend of mine, but at the same time, he was successful, but everything in his life kept falling apart. You know, it was falling apart. And I didn't know what to do. So I sat back one day and I looked at the chair and I was looking at him. And he was making a lot of money, you know, and in my mind, it just come, I say, the grass is green, the ocean view, the sky is blue, yet you still don't have a clue that the world is overdue for a cleansing. But I couldn't tell him that he needed to chill out and do a cleansing, because, you know, when when you're a man, you're making a lot of money, you're sleeping with a lot of different women and all kind of things. So that's what he was doing. And I knew that was bridging his current and bringing the negative into his space. But I couldn't tell him that, because as a man and as a brethren, if you tell a friend that, it's like, hey, what you talking about, you know? Oh, you mean, so that's how so that's how the song came about. And then I came home and I worked on it, and it became a full-fledged song. And I had it years ago, you know, it's not something that I just wrote. I had this song over 10 years now, and it was always in my head, and I got a vision that I should do it, and it was going to go worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
That's how the song came about. But it actually came about from a friend's lack of understanding. He was very successful in doing many things, but he was sleeping with this guy had about 20 or 30 different women, and every night different woman. So and everything kept falling apart for him, even though he was making money. Everything was just falling apart. So I said, wow, you know, that's how that line came about. The grass is green, the ocean view, the sky is blue, yet you still don't have a clue that the world is overdue for a cleansing. Can't you see the lies the material world is presenting? You know?
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. Yeah. Amazing what you can see when you just zip the lip and just observe what's going on around you, you know? Sharon.
Yeah, I watched the video. I was checking him out, watched the video, and I'm like, there's so much going on, but it's like, how should I say? It's The song is very uplifting. And again, the reasoning behind you doing that song makes so much sense. How many hundreds of people out there have all this money? All this money, big job, big that, no happiness.
No happiness.
No happiness. And to find their happiness, they do the most outlandish things, hoping that that will give them some kind of reprieve, like, I got this money, I can be anything, and you have nothing.
Right.
I definitely, you know, assimilate that to know spirituality. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? What about this sort of money is making you happy? What is it? And it seems like you are that person who, you have the understanding of that. And so you saying that your miracle music that you do is to open the minds of individuals. Like, you got all of this. Are you happy?
Right.
What are you doing? What are you doing it for? You know what I mean? What is your, because you're very happy and very content on the mental and spiritual with yourself, right? So you're, you know what I mean? You're there and you're just now trying to help people to understand. Like,
right. Because if you try to look for happiness outside of yourself, you're going to just find problems.
Well, that's what it is.
Most people looking to solve in here first. If you want to fix out there, you have to fix in here. This is where you need to work on. Work on this.
Here.
Listen, the only thing you have to work on is yourself. All in line.
Yes, for sure. Well,
heaven is here, you know, because
it is.
You hear about the 7 seals. All right. You hear they talk about the 7 seals of the kingdom of heaven. You always hear them talk about the 7 seals of the kingdom of heaven. All right. Imagine this, Sharon. If you're your head, right? Count how many holes in your head. 2, 4, 6, 7. It's the 7 seals of the kingdom of heaven. So I look at the most high grade. 7 is an odd number, yet everything is even. 2 lips, 2 nostrils, 2 eyes, 2 ears. You serious? So you see how the most high good? It make the impossible possible. So if you speak different and you hear things different, it's very important for a person to the meditation you all and the things that you're supposed to do to fix in here first, and everything outside will fix.
I hear you. Definitely. I get it.
Okay, he's frozen again.
Yeah.
You hear me? Okay, you may have to log out and log back in again. All right.
That's where you have to work.
We're gonna have to get him to log out and log back in.
I hear you, but
he's left.
Now, you don't
Log out and log back in again, Daniel, if you can hear me. Okay, brilliant. Yes. And that's what happens when we have.
And he seems to be in a studio. He's in a padded environment.
Yes, he is. He's in his studio.
Oh, that's his studio? Okay.
So we're going to play another song, which is called Meditation, right? His name is Daniel Joseph. And take a listen to this one.
The heights of great ones reached and chance were not attained by sudden flight, but they while their companions slept Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Meditation high. Meditation high. Woo. Meditation high. Like the birds in the sky. I'm soaring like an eagle so high. Consciousness never deny. Hey. Meditation high. Like the birds in the sky. I'm soaring like an eagle so high. Consciousness never deny. You a spirit being, so why you fear it? The youth them nowadays never hear certain things yet. Like the important things, them for what them careless. I to them careless, them life end up in a mess. But one earth, one God, one land, one man. Everything I come from, oh yes. From your third eye, you manifest. That are the mind's eye. Watch your thoughts. Meditation high. Like the birds in the sky. I'm soaring like an eagle so high. Consciousness never deny. Hey. Meditation high. Like the birds in the sky. I'm soaring like an eagle so high. Consciousness never deny.
Ooh, nothing about you and an man. I love it. I love it. I love what I hear. It's like you have like an ancestral voice, you know, that you come from, you've been here before, and they're coming back with a message that the world needs to hear. You know what I mean? It's like not one of those normal voices that you hear, you know. It's an ancestral voice that takes me back from day one to where we are today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's ironic how you said that, because whenever I'm recording, right? See, whenever I'm recording, something takes over me, because I always observe. I become this an observer when I'm recording. Like I will be singing, and then I come to the chorus, and this is time for the second verse, and I don't know the second verse. I don't know it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop now because I don't know the verse. And by the time it come around, I just go right into it, and I'm just watching myself. So it's like somebody, like a possession, like somebody take over and just doing it. So yeah, I would agree. I would say it's like I said, it's a musical angel or an ancestor, if you want to call it.
Right.
It's helping. So I know that the mission is great, because I even Askel, my producer, right, for Vision House, even when Askel record me, Askel would say, him notice when we come for record, something take over. Because I don't even look like I sound, you know, I look like a boxer. This guy look like he should go in the ring like a boxer. He don't even look like a typical artist, you know.
He's right. You're 100% right about that. You look like a boxer.
So people, and I take that as a compliment. I don't take it no way, because that only proves to me that something spiritual is happening. It's like they're using the vessel then to do the work, because they found a vessel that they could use to do the work, and they're doing it. The ancestors or the angels or whatever. So, you know, the image that I have is, I like it because I know that this is the type of image that I want to bring across. I don't have to, I'm not the type of artist that's going to follow how everybody else look. I'm going to create my own look. Right. So then you might have a whole bunch of people going around looking like boxers soon. Because they're going to say, man, I want to look like Daniel Joseph. I want to look like Daniel Joseph. So let me get a little weight, and let me wear my clothes and my face and my hair a certain way. You know, so if you could make a positive influence on people like that, if that's the way, then that's the way. You know, I'm not gonna tell them to do anything wrong. So, you know,
So let me ask you another question before I hand over to Sharon. When you look at the industry as it is, as an artist coming into the industry, what do you see with your eyes and ears, or what do you hear with your ears and see with your eyes that you feel needs some divine intervention?
A lot. And I'm going to answer this honestly because you asked me. I don't really usually touch on these type of topics because it could get very sensitive. because then it's like you get judgmental. But because you asked me, I'm going to answer you honestly. I see that a lot of our artists nowadays, especially, I'm talking about in Jamaica. It could go wider than Jamaica, but let's deal with in Jamaica, deal reggae and dancehall music. They have the platform and they're using it for, they're wasting it. They're wasting their they're wasting their talent, because you have a platform to influence people and you're really gonna be telling them about murder and rise gun out at this and bust off head, and you can't listen to a song nowadays without hearing about some murder act taking place. Now, this is the irony in it. You see them come on stage, big up the murderer them, where the killer them, the big up the gunman them. Yet still, when time somebody go and kill a whole bunch of kids or something, you hear them come out and say, him for dead, him for dead. You are big him up in the dance. You support him. So when you say big up the murderer them and the bad man them, what a bad man is? A bad man is a man that do bad things. So when you say big up bad man, you big up the raper them and the pedophile them. So when they hear a man come rape a little girl, him you big up. So when you want him lock up for, him you big up. Him is a criminal. Him is a criminal. And you say big up the murderer them. Big up the man them where the crime. Big up the killer them. I be that thing at the dance hall, you know. Just listen to watch the stage show them. When I have to call no name or point no finger, but just listen to the stage show them. Where the gunman them there. Where the big up the gunman them. Where the shooter them there. That's all I hear them do. And when an artist gets shot now, everybody come and play out them soul. Oh, them shouldn't do this, them shouldn't do that. But at that you not support, that you big up, at that you sing about. So where you sing about and a manifest, I happen now, because they don't understand, so them a spirit being with power for manifest. When you're singing about the murder and it's manifesting, you're singing about the crime, it's manifesting, and yet still you have a problem with crime and a problem with murder, that's what you're creating, my friend.
So let me ask you another question. Why is it that in this day and age, we know that democracy has died, I feel anyway, democracy has died a death. Your freedom of speech has died a death, yeah, within the system of things. Yeah. But amongst your fellow brothers and sisters and you name it, right? It's like the minute you try to say something uplifting or something against the grain of what is going on within the system, they try to take your freedom of speech away from you. Why do you think that is? Why are they fighting so hard against the grain, especially in Jamaica?
Look, it's many levels to answer that question, but let me go to the core level of answering the question. Are you with us, Sharon?
I am.
Okay, because you kind of still, so I was wondering if I'm looking at a picture.
Listening, take it in.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
She's downloading.
The core of the problem is really, again, one's consciousness. But let's get off consciousness and say, okay, it's a spiritual problem that we're having. If you notice, Black people, not only just Jamaicans, Black people, we're very spiritual. We like to talk about, especially in Jamaica, we like to talk about Obia and man that we're gathering and that kind of thing. You never hear nobody I use Obia for the good yet. Only people I use Obia for the bad. I don't know why. It's like anytime you hear about anybody I do anything spiritual, I always to hurt somebody. I never hear nobody I do nothing spiritual for uplift nobody yet. So the problem that we're having, why if you speak out against the mainstream or whatever, they try to debunk you or try to put you down, is because you're going to bring an awareness to people. And if you bring people awareness up too much, you're going to change the world. And that's going to take a lot of money out of a lot of rich guys' pockets. Yeah. And you're going to, and you're going to, if you get people to wake up, who's going to run all these, who's going to be doing all these jobs, these low paying jobs? Who's going to do them if people wake up? People are going to go create their own jobs if they wake up. And the corporate man don't want that. You notice even when, like I said, it was very sensitive issues you're asking me about, but we're going to speak on them. You would know how to jazz with it. You notice even when an inventor or a scientist invents certain things, he suddenly just get deceased. Like a man that would invent, you know, we have to speak specifically on what, because we're going to go on YouTube and stuff, but just notice, you could do your research. Whenever an inventor invents something too great or cure some disease that mankind says is uncurable, is you know, Dr. Sebi, You know, stuff happened to them just out the blue, and nobody questions it. Like, how did this happen to this man? How come nobody's questioning? Because people are asleep. They're asleep. Nobody cares. People only care about what affects them. You know, if it's not affecting them, they don't care. You hear about how many murders happen in Jamaica. The average Jamaican don't care because it's not affecting him. But so you kill somebody aunt or somebody's sister or somebody cousin or brother, then the whole world turn upside down for them. They're stressed out. They can't sleep. They can't eat. But it's happening every day, and we don't care. So, you know, yeah. It's a lot more to answering the question, but I try to just cut it right there.
I hear you. Yeah. And I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. So my question to you is this: how do you think people perceive you, Daniel Joseph? You coming from a totally different perspective when it comes to your music and your thought processes. How do you think people receive you or perceive you? What have you seen for yourself now?
I think a lot of people, they're very shocked and surprised because, like I said, I don't look like how I sound. And when I've known people who actually, my mom was in the kitchen one day listening to my song on the radio, and she was saying, "Man, I love this song. Every time I hear the song," and she didn't know it was me.
Really?
She didn't know it was me. She didn't know it was me. So people, they don't perceive me, they perceive Daniel Joseph. You see, Daniel Joseph has become an entity of his own. So it's like they think the world of Daniel Joseph. They think that Daniel Joseph is a positive spiritual person who's self-aware and kind and loving and all of those things. But people who know me personally, some people will tell you that I'm the best guy in the world. Some people tell you I'm the worst guy in the world. It all depends on the experience that they have with me. And I'm pretty sure some people will tell me that General is the best guy in the world. Some people tell me General is the worst guy in the world.
Oh, yes.
It all depends. It all depends on the experience that you have. It's like this. And I'm not straying off the answer to the question. I'm telling you about how I'm referring to myself. So I'm putting in a dimension for you to see it.
The real world.
Okay, you get from work, Sharon, you get from work, or not you, let's say a lady, because words sound powerful. A lady gets from work and she's at the ATM pulling her paycheck. A robber come up and stick her, give me your money. He takes her pay. She goes home depressed. To her family's eyes, this guy is the worst in the world. He's the scum of the earth. But guess what he takes to pay from her and go do? Go feed his community. Go feed his community. Not only his family, his community. Go buy one girl down the street her shoes in his neighborhood because she ain't got no shoes. And go, you know what he is in his community? He's a hero. He's God sent. He's blessed. He's an angel. But to that woman that he robbed, her family, he's a devil. He's the worst kind of. So guess what he did? He did the right thing, but he initiated it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So it's very relative, good and bad. Yeah. Right and wrong is, is very relative terms because it all depends on the perspective and how you look at it. And this is what's going on in Russia right now. A lot of people tell you that Putin is brave and he's a wonderful leader, and a lot of people tell you that Putin is the most disgusting guy in the world. It just depends on what he has done for you or what he hasn't done for you, or what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So just like, you have a doctor perform a brain surgery on someone, and they go through, and the family say this doctor is a miracle, and they perform the same surgery on another guy, he didn't make it. The family say they're suing because the doctor didn't know what he's doing. So it all depends on a person's experience with you that's going to define if you're good to them, bad to them, or whatever. So for me to say I'm good or I'm bad is an understatement because it all depends on the experience that me and the individual had in the past. That's going to determine if they see me as a good person or not.
Right. Let me ask you this question. The music that you write is positive, is uplifting, miracle music, as you state, right? Now, Ten Star and I and many other artists have had this conversation. How was it for you trying to get your positive music, your conscious music? How was it for you, or how hard was it for you to get the DJs to play your music? Because without payola, nobody want them no want hear nothing. Them want hear the gangster music. No man, you have to give me a little something, you know, because right? We hear this all the time. How did that work for you that they were able to play your music?
That's probably one of the best questions I've been asked in any interview. That's a very, I would have asked myself that question. Now let me answer it. I took all of that energy and worry and concern and just put it on the Most High and say, listen, you ordained me for this. You giving me this spiritual angel or ancestor to work with. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to take it to whoever, and the rest is on you. There's nothing more I could do. I'm not a wealthy man right now physically to you know, I don't have the liquid cash like that to say, let me blast this song to #1 spot and do this and do that. And so I took it with humility and said, Most High, you have to take the song. This is your song. I'm doing it. I'm the vessel you're using. I'm willing to do it. You have to take the song and you have to do your will with it. And here I am on the show with Sharon Mango and 10 Star General, playing on the radio and all these things. How did these things happen? I don't know. It's just the most I just are doing thing, and I'm making people them like you, Sharon, and General, whoever is on the platform here. You know, my appreciation to everyone present. Most I just take it and I do him thing with it, because sometimes me hear it on the radio and some distractions where I played, me never give them nothing and me hear it a play. And it's just, you know, me try not to get too much into the technicalities of how it's being done. Me just make the most I work. Make the most I work, you know, because it's not easy to get your positive music out. As you said,
no, not at all.
No.
Not at all. And that's why I had to address you with that question, because that seems to be a problem, even for artists who have been out there, well-known, well-named, you know what I'm saying, icons, and they have new music coming in and they can't. That's a problem, because they refuse to pay. Why should they pay when they've already made their contributions
to
the art itself? Playing their positive music, playing their uplifting music, and they don't get the respect. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Definitely. But what I do, Sharon, me just turn it to the most end, because there's certain things I can do, there's certain things I can't do. Anything that I can do, I tell the master, say, hey, listen, I'm surfing in the house, I'm helping in the house, but Master, this is what you have to go take up, because I can't handle this. I did my part. I recorded, I studied with the pan key, Rose do the harmony perfect, everybody do everything good. It now your hands no Most High. We will shoot the video, get the video shot and everything, get the video edited, put it out. The video reach 1,000 or something views right now, and it just take time to grow. It not they know 1 million and 2 million, but the 1,000 odd views we get it naturally. It just grow. And every time I go on YouTube, like every 3 or 4 days. I check the views up by 30 or 40, and I'm not telling nobody to go on there and watch it. But just by playing on the radio, people are just clicking on to see. Let me see if there's a video. And you see they leave comments and stuff, and then the views just grow. So I guess when the Most I ready and the thing reached to a level where you would have quote unquote say boss, then said Daniel Joseph boss, I guess that's when the world will take on Twitter, where we can influence more people. But as for now, we're just doing the work. If it's only one person we influence, we have done our job.
Absolutely.
And when I say we, I mean we as a people who are doing the positive work. It's not just me, you know, like I tell you. We have, like General say, ancestral, spiritual, angels, or whatever you want to call it. So it's a we, it's not a me. You see?
Well, yeah. I mean, music. I always view music. Music is really a chant. if you continuously, especially if you're doing a chorus and you're repeating that chorus and you're doing the word, then you come into the verse, it's a chant. Once everybody starts singing that one song, it's like you're evolving the spiritual aspect of it, especially if it's a uplifting spiritual song, right? It's a chant. And, you know, I read somewhere that the tongue has no bones, but it is strong enough to break a heart, to break a soul. So you have to be careful with your words. Right? You got to be careful with your words. So I always say people, you know, and I think, let me say this, as my cousin came to visit one time and he had this little boy with him. It wasn't his son. This boy was probably 2-3 years old, and he was awful. This child was so bad, so badly behaved. And my cousin said the only thing that can calm him down, and who's the artist? Skilly Bang or Skilly something? And I said, Skilly what? And I didn't know who this artist was. And when they played, they said, you don't know about Skilly Bang? I said, hell no, I don't know about no Skilly Bang. And when they put the music on, that little boy was calm. The man did talk about the gunman and this or what him do. That little 3-year-old could quote every word. Every word this child came. And right there, and I was like, boy, I tell you, as young as they are, if you don't start them off right, if you don't start them off like listening to positive music, like the boy was rude and pick up all my things. I had to put him in a corner somewhere like, you can't, no touch that, leave that. You feel left that, right? And it wasn't until we went downstairs in the studio and I said, yeah, Skilly Ben or Skilly Ben, whatever his name, only him can calm him. That was very sad to me.
Yeah. Little Skilly.
Skilly.
And if him know that is your influence of him, and the young mind.
And that little boy was 3 years old.
Right.
And just again, words matter. You never know who's listening. And again, if we can change that one person, you could change the world. That's how I see it.
Yes,
so,
one person. And you have to prepare the world for the kids that's coming into it. You have a lot of babies that
that's what I'm saying. Precisely.
They're coming. So what are you going to prepare for them? You're going to give them this mess? Or are you going to prepare it, you know? Something pleasant for them to come and experience.
These kids coming up nowadays are much different to when we are. They're a lot quicker and smarter. And so, you know, with the music that's coming out again, it's a chant. You could get a baby, a baby can, if you can, somebody's carrying a baby, that baby, and you playing music.
Right.
While that baby is in the womb.
Vibration.
The vibration, that baby, it helps them, it's calming. But if you playing the crazy music and that baby's hearing it, you're going to see how the baby start kick up and go on in the belly. It's a real thing.
Yeah. Right.
And that child ready for that world, but you bring him into the calmness, that child will be calm. But my God, this child is deep. So what you know, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You continue with your, however the spirit might move you to write, because I see that based on life itself, you're just writing on everything that you feel, you hear, you see, or maybe something that you can change, right?
Yes.
That is what I see you doing. Like I've listened to your music and I see you have that voice where Tenstar said ancestral, but it's you have a chanting voice.
Right.
Right? You have that voice where it's singing, but you see the words. We can see the words and that's what it is. You can visually see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're trying. I don't know if that's what you're trying to achieve, but that's what I see. You're saying as you speak, you see what you're talking about. You can visualize.
What I'm trying to achieve is, as another good statement you just made, what I'm trying to achieve. Just trying to help to uplift the consciousness of the world. Not just of Jamaican people or people who love reggae, but the world. Because remember, once you make it on a big stage, you have more influence. So if the more people you could influence is the more you could change the world. Uplift the consciousness of the planet and you get a better quality of life.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you like to walk in any neighborhood without having to go like this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, wouldn't you like a better way of dieting, eating, where you don't have to worry about if you eat that because the doctor will tell us this will give you pressure, that will give you problem, that will give you this. And the consciousness of how you eat gives sickness, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, every sickness is really, like Dr. Sebi said, from mucus. So if you change your diet, you lower the risk, not 100%, but you lower the risk of any type of ailments, health-wise, then that will come from foods. So even in your eating, you need a certain level of consciousness.
Of course, that's very true.
You know, and you get that. Most people get that when they're beyond 40. They start thinking about eating healthy. When you're in your 20s, you don't give a 2 cents about what you eat. You eat anything. You eat anything. And when you're a teenager, you eat anything. Burger, KFC, this, that, anything. When you reach a certain age, now you start watching this have too much sugar, too much salt, too much this, too much that, because you gain a level of consciousness.
That's the stage I am at right now.
You see, general, yeah. So you know, you see how. And imagine, general. Imagine if you were like that at 15. Imagine.
I was like that. I used to eat burger, chips, you name it. I used to eat terrible.
No, I mean, no. Yes, I agree. But I'm saying, imagine if you had the consciousness that you had now at 15. How much of a different quality life you would have had.
I wish I did. Yeah, for real.
You know that? But the thing about it is, you usually get a higher level of consciousness the more you experience, the older you get. But then,
you know what? I guess the twofold blessing to what you're saying right now is like when my daughter was born, she didn't want to know anything named burger, chips, you name it. She wasn't into any of that. Right. And even worse, when I showed her a picture of a rat in batter, which was served to someone in McDonald's, she just refused. Ever since then, she didn't want to know anything near McDonald's.
So she kind of have a health conscious way of eating.
Hell yeah. I mean, even then, she didn't want to know nothing about red meat, no nothing, even chicken, you know what I mean?
It's not good, man. I mean, I'm like I said, there's a certain level of
hypocrisy. I see have it good because when I was growing up, I wish I was like her when I was growing up.
Right. But you know, because I get my kids eat meat, and I still, because they know what stuff, I still give them burgers and stuff. But you know, I'm trying my best to bring the consciousness across to them. But trying to uplift on someone's consciousness just like that is like an artist singing off key, and you're trying to tell them to get on key. You can't just tell an artist, you off key, get on key. You know, it's something that they have to go and learn and practice. And some artists, you tell him he's singing off key, you give him 10 years and he come back and he's still singing off key.
And how do you tell them they're singing off key when they don't want to hear it?
No, they don't want to hear it. So it's a consciousness thing. So if I'm singing off key, I have to stop. I can't continue. Once the beat comes and I'm singing and I'm off, I have to stop because it throws me off if I'm off. So it's the same thing with life, you know. Once you're conscious, you can't do certain things. If you're conscious, you cannot steal, you cannot rob, you cannot cheat, you cannot do certain things, because once you do it, that's when it becomes sin, you know. When you're conscious and you do something knowing better and you still indulge, that's what is called a sin.
Yeah.
You know what, man, I'm gonna have to tell you the truth. I mean, I don't know if you want to hear it or not, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You ready for it?
Yeah, man.
You've been here before, right?
Yeah.
You've been on planet Earth before. This ain't the first time you've been here.
Well, I have two memories. I'm going to share a secret with you. I'm going to share it with the world because I'm sharing it with you on the show. I'm sharing it with you. I have two memories that three. I have one memory of being a slave in a cave. I don't know where these memories come from. I don't know if it's...
Rash, you are telling me. Sorry, people, with the language.
Yeah, I have three memories. I'm going to share the three memories. They're very short memories. I don't know. They're memories, like literal memories. I have one memory of being a slave in a cave in I have something like a white sheet over me with a ball chained to my ankle. I have that memory. I have one memory of being in a house with other slaves and the men were coming in with big hats and rifles to shoot, and there was a female there, tall female. I jumped on top of her and he shoot me all in my back. Right? He shoot me all in my back. All right. And I have another memory. Well, those two memories, I was black people. And it's Caucasians that came in and shot me in that one memory. But the last memory I have now, I was a white man in London, in England, in a trench coat, walking down some street, knowing that I was about to face the light soon. So, but I was a white man in that memory. So that was the last memory I have, and now I'm in this manifestation now as Daniel Joseph. So I don't know if it's a.
So when I said
I haven't been smoking anything or drinking anything. because you said that, I'm just going to, because the truth don't need no support. You know, if I speak the truth, it stands on its own. Whether you believe the truth, don't need you to believe it. All I have to do is speak it. So, I have those three memories, and I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they're past lives or what, but I'm assuming that they're past lives because I remember them vividly.
Wow. Wow. So I'm right when I say that you've been here before, because you don't strike me as a person that's a first time upon planet Earth. The way you've been talking from the time when you were little to where you are today, you know, everything about you is just man.
Well, I mean, hearing that, it kind of rubbed my ego a little bit. I kind of like hearing it, but on a deeper level, it's true. I have a job to do, and I'm just going to do my job. You know, I have a job to do. And
I tell you what I want to do. I want people to hear this next song, because this song is phenomenal. Even though it's not released, even though this guy right here hasn't got a release song, I predict that you are gonna be huge. Yeah? I speak it into existence. So here we go. I want to play this song. I'm gonna find it, so just bear with me while my system logs on to its thing. It's called Gun Shooting, right?
Gun Sporting.
Gun Sporting. Talk to me about Gun Sporting and why you wrote that song.
It's a song to bring awareness to the guys who like to do the gun sporting. You know, because I've given 7 different ways of things that you could experience by being a gun sporter. You know, you're not shooting in the Olympics for Jamaica or for any country. So if you like gun sporting, these are the things that can happen, you know. You know, mama hold her belly, start the balling, you know, our son drop out well, you know, toe tag thing go on, you know, sit down around the domino table, gunman a come, run. Him not care if you're innocent, because the man when him come to kill, you and him sit down right there so I play. So you can even be innocent and get caught in the gun sporting. just you have to be conscious and know your surroundings and your settings. Not that you can't enjoy a domino game with friends, but you can't just go on corner and play domino. You have to understand the world we live in. And you don't know this man or that man or that man. You don't know the karma what them do and not come back on them. So when you sit down there with a man, you share him karma. Just like when you indulge in a relationship with a woman, you share her karma, she share your karma. So you have to know what you are doing when you get involved with people and situations because you tie yourself in with them. So Gun Sporting is a song that's giving you some examples of that.
Right.
And then it'll show you to say, you have man where him not sport gun, but him is just as wicked as the man that sport the gun because the lawyer, Mr. Harrison, will take out the life insurance on his wife, Dr. Harrison. This kind of evil has no comparison. No?
Well, I tell you what, I'm just going to play a few bars. I'm not going to play the entire tune. It's not released yet. His first song is called Rise Up. It's going to be released on Wednesday.
Right.
But this song, we're going to talk about it as soon as we play a couple bars. Take a listen.
One, hey, things are one. And that's a one, what a one, okay. Man come in at the place at Gun Sporting one. Police get information, informing one. Mama will read them start the ball. Pull it up again, pull it up again, pull it up again. One, hey, things are one. And that's a one, what a one, okay. Man come in at the place at Gun Sporting one. Police get information, informing one. Mama will read them start the balling. Her girl drop out well, I told that thing one. Man come in at the place at Gun Sporting one. Police get information, informing one. Mama will read them start the balling. Her girl drop out well, told that thing one. Too much violence and bloodshed in the garrison. Me tired for hear about the crime in the garrison. Them just a talk it, nah do nothing about it. The crime just a raising at the ghetto them. Hey.
Jesus. 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 Did you hear that?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Absolutely.
The man had my attention the minute I heard the first few bars. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me. You're muted, you know. You're muted. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
I'm sorry, yeah. So it's just a song that's having you look at different experiences from listening. You're listening, but you're seeing, like what Sharon Mango said. So you're listening to the vibration and you're visualizing now. It is automatically showing you a three-dimensional scope of what you're hearing. You know? Yeah. So
Sharon Mango, where is it?
Again, great music. We loved it. Loved what I'm hearing. Where do you get your music from? Do you create the rhythms yourself? Are you working with somebody who's giving you the music? Like what? Where are you getting that from?
Okay. I've recorded for several different producers. I have songs that's going to come out that when we get to that bridge, we're going to come back on again and we're going to talk about that. But for right now, I'm working with Vision House Records with Askel, who's a producer and a beat maker. And this guy, yeah man, this guy is like one of the best beat makers out of Jamaica. He made all those rhythms you're hearing, you know, and he's a very good producer. Him know you're the key. If you're singing and you have key, he must stop you. Him know how to put the right amount of auto-tune on your voice where it's not bombarded with that sound. He knows all that type of stuff. So He's an excellent producer. He's worked on many different big projects that you know of and that you hear about. I'm pretty sure General is going to have him on the show, and then he will be able to elaborate more on his portfolio and everything. But trust me, that's who I'm working with, and he's one of the best in the island. So it's nothing but greatness that will come from it.
Wow. Yeah, we like that the rhythms are they suit you. It works with what you're saying. You know what I mean? Evidently you hear the rhythms first, and then whatever thought processes is going on mentally, you're like, yeah, this one's gonna be this, and this one, let me see what this one is gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you get your inspiration. Sometimes it's a rhythm, a beat that will give you that. The first time it lick you, like, I see it. You know what I mean? You feel that.
You know, when I hear a rhythm, right? When I hear a beat, when Askell give me a beat, to tell you the truth, Sharon, and I'm just gonna tell you the truth because, like I said, the truth stands on its own. I actually don't know where a lot of the ideas come from. They just come.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just credit it to the universe or to the Most High.
Absolutely.
Because it did just come, you know, and I just hear a beat and something, and then sometimes even ask you and say, man, when I got this beat, or when I made this beat, or if I'm recording for someone else that's not his production,
right,
and we take it into the Vision House studio, he would say, he said to me one time, in the back of my head, I'm laughing because I'm saying you're gonna have trouble on the bridge, and then when the bridge came, you just float over it so smoothly. How'd you do that? I said, I don't know. I don't know. I just do it. So I guess not knowing sometimes in life is a good thing. You don't always have to know everything. And that's the thing about us humans. We try to always know everything. And some things we just not supposed to be able to fathom. Even things about ourselves, sometimes we don't know. And that's just the reality of life.
That is life. What do they say? You plan, and you plan, and God's laughing at you because you never know what's going to happen from which you don't. Nobody knows that.
No.
And evidently, we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to know.
Right.
We can plan all we want. Well, boy, tomorrow we have no idea if you're going to wake up tomorrow. We have no idea.
That's right. That's
so
right.
I guess the lesson for us all is we live in the moment, right? You
Right.
live in tomorrow is not, I mean, that's a lesson even for myself. That's a lesson that we all have to learn. And it seems like you're working, I would 100% say you're walking and working into your purpose.
Right. Right.
You will not take in anything for granted.
No.
You know what I mean? You're living for today. Whatever comes to you today is what happens today. Tomorrow is a whole nother, let's just see what happens tomorrow. But not one of us can say we can plan for tomorrow because we have no idea.
Thank you.
A lesson I'm learning for myself, as much as I'm talking to you, it's a lesson for me, it's a lesson for us all.
And that is, Sharon Mango, your consciousness being heightened. Why you've come with that argument now. That is the whole key of life right there.
Yes.
So once you know that, you're gonna find that your whole life structure, even when you're doing stuff now, Sharon, you're gonna find that when you have 10 things to do, you do them in order. You don't stress yourself. You just take time and do them one by one. You know what I'm saying, General? You don't have to bombard yourself with 20, 30, 40 different things. You take your time, do this, then you do this, then you do that, then you do that, because you have order and structure in your thought.
Exactly. But that's not always easy. That is not always an easy task. I think once you start to grasp that knowledge, once you start to really, it's a process.
Right.
It's a process. And again, sometimes it takes some of us a little longer than most because we're so used to stressing on this and boy, I'm gonna know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're so used to that, not knowing we're breaking down our own systems by doing that. And when I say system, our mental system, it becomes a mental thing. Mental health, another thing that we talk about all the time, is because of trying to bombard yourself with all these things. It becomes a mental
Right.
Corruption in your head. It's a fact of life now. Again, yeah, a mental war, as Sharon Bentley says. We start to war within our own bodies, knowing that, or not knowing that, we cannot control certain things. We are not in control.
And that's why the most I very intelligent. That's why, you see, could you imagine if man could live in this physical body forever and not die? He wouldn't worship no God.
Right.
He wouldn't worship no God. He wouldn't business about no God. It's because of fear of going to hell why most people deal with God because of fear. And not even hell. It's just the whole process of leaving the earth, going into the light. Why a lot of people, that's a daily thing where they fear. And every day you live, you're closer to the light. So it's best to train yourself so that when it's time to go to the light, you leave gracefully. Because look, you're either going to leave gracefully or you're going to get dragged there, but you go in. So you might as well practice yourself so that when that time comes, you can leave gracefully. So that's the whole process of life.
But even if I don't want to go there, I'm going to be dragged there.
Yes, you either go gracefully or you get dragged, but you go in. Yeah. So
I don't want to go.
No, you still go. So that's the whole purpose why a lot of people deal with God, the fear of going. And also that's why if you could imagine living in this flesh for eternity and still loving the Most High, you've done a great thought, because a lot of people wouldn't deal with no God if they could live in this forever.
Very true.
If every 20 years you got back to being 17, nobody would I wouldn't say nobody. Most people wouldn't go to no church or deal with no God business.
Yeah. Listen, I tell you what. Well, we lost him again.
Did we?
Daniel
Joseph?
See what I'm saying? They fear leaving. They fear leaving the realm. So they use God now. But see, the Most High more intelligent than man, so you can't try to run no game on the Most High. Most High know what you fear and know what you so. And do the best you can on the face of the earth, because you cannot try to manipulate the Most High.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna round
all
up
of
the
these
show.
things. All of these things gonna be coming out in music. I have all of these teachings and songs coming out to come. Even General have some songs for me now that we're not gonna play because they belong to certain big producers and we don't want to know infringement. But a lot of these messages are even in the one where I said the R-Man. The R-Man General, the Righteous Man role. Yeah, even those songs you find have certain teachings and messages in them that we're going that I'm
Let
talking
me tell you
about right
something. When I say this man in a normal, I mean that in its realest sense. I haven't even heard. I think the closest person that I've heard that has sung some songs that even all now I'm scratching my cranium is Turbulence.
And Turbulence
has sung some songs that left me scratching my head thinking, how in God's name can he sing a song like that? Yeah. And he's coming on our show very soon, so we thank God for that. But you were the closest. I haven't, since Turbulence, I haven't heard anyone come with songs of that magnitude, And I know that the future for our industry is great with you in it. And the craziest thing, you haven't even got a song out there yet.
Right. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Give them that information. When is that song coming? Give them the information.
Rise Up is going to be released this Wednesday. And we're working on the album as we speak. The album should be finished by February, March. God's Spirit Life.
Askel Music.
No, Vision House Music. Askiel is the
Producer.
CEO, the producer.
Oh, okay.
and
I'm with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything, but it's
Yeah,
Vision
yeah.
House Music.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure he's going to be coming on your show as well. But you'll
It will
let
be,
me
yeah.
know when.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
he'll
yeah.
be able to tell you. He'll be able to tell you more.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so the album is being worked on. This song is going to be released, and we have more songs for other producers that are going to be released before New Year. So there are going to be times, General, where you're going to hear songs over in UK. Sharon Mango, you're going to hear songs in the States. You're like, oh, yeah, oh, Joseph, yeah, man, oh, yeah. Them out.
Mm-hmm.
Are we allowed to talk about the thing where you tell me about?
No.
The good news. All right, say no more. We're not going to talk about it.
When that come, we will come back on and discuss that.
No problem. No problem.
We'll make it manifest. We'll make it manifest.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. Right, yeah, Sharon, do your thing, girl.
All right, so we're going to be rounding up the show. So if there's anybody in the audience who would like to say something to Mr. Daniel Joseph, please unmute before we end the show. Again, anyone in the room? I think that somebody had a question. Let me look. Beverly Notes had her hand up for something. I can't remember. Beverly, if you can hear me and unmute, you had your hand up for something, but I don't know if you had a question. Beverly Notes? She's there. Beverly Notes is there, but she's not unmute. Yeah, I know she had her hand up for something, but I don't know at that time. Okay. Again, if there's anybody else, Sharon Bentley, did you have a question for Daniel Joseph? If not.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I have the other laptop on.
Yeah, just switch up your mic if anything.
No, I don't. I just want to applaud him for, the music that he's doing and encourage him to continue like that, because we need this. We need those kind of tunes. We need to bring the whole reggae fraternity, everybody, not only the reggae fraternity. We need to bring the people back to unity, to love, to peace. Right. And these kind of tunes is the direction. So I just want to applaud you and say thanks. I listened to your to what you have to say, and I think you're on the right track.
Thank you, Sharon.
You're welcome.
Yes, respect. Yeah, man.
All right. Anybody else who had something to say? If
yes,
not,
it's DJ Maestro here. DJ Maestro.
Yay, DJ Maestro.
Maestro.
Yeah, yeah. Good evening, blessings to each and everybody. Yeah, respect to you, my man Daniel. I came into the show very late at 5 o'clock, so I didn't hear the hour before, but I will catch it on YouTube. But the hour that I've heard, man, you just, I'm in tune. I'm engrossed in what you've been saying. You're as Telstar say, you're not normal. Where you get these ideas, these sayings, it seems like it's very natural for you. I listened to your tune at Rise Up. I heard it on YouTube, and I kept playing it.
Right.
Listening to the lyrics and how you was bringing it across. And just to reiterate what Sharon Bentley just said just a minute ago, I have to applaud you, man. To be honest, I haven't heard of you before, but boy, the world, I got to know about you, brother.
Respect DJ Maestro, yeah, man.
And yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna be playing your music on my show, that's for sure. You know, because that's what we need. We need more positive vibrations in the world, man. There's just too much destruction at the moment going on regarding where we are in the world. It's just, you know, we need a little bit of unity throughout the world. You know what I mean? And it's very, very difficult right now. You know, people going through tribulations, whatever it is, whether it's, you know, hurricane or flooding or they can't pay their bills and all them sort of things. Yeah. So, you know, when it comes to you and your music, it's uplifting. So all I can say, my brother, is keep on doing your thing, man, and more power to you. And, you know, I think the industry's been waiting for somebody like you to come along, and I think they found him, you know. You know, King Daniel Joseph. Next month. Yeah, man. So,
thank you.
All right,
Thank
man.
you,
So anyway, blessings to you all, and Sharon, 10
Yes.
Star, Beverly, Sharon Bentley, Herline, respect every time, and have a blessed Sunday.
Thank you, DJ Maestro.
Respect. Yes, DJ Maestro. Respect.
Well, I have to say, you know, it's an absolute blessing to you know, have you on our show to tell your story, you know, in its fullness, and you know, to hear what people have to say about you. Like I say, you have no songs out. You know, for you to be able to share with us how your mind works is just simply incredible. I simply think you've been here before. I know it for a fact. You've been here before, and you know, now is your glory, you know, and we're speaking your glory into existence, you know. So I, for one, want to wish you all the best. This is just the first of many great things to happen for you. You know, we're going to be supporting you. I'll be sharing your contacts with my people as well, you know, and, you know, especially DJ Maestro and many others, you know.
Yes.
And we just want to see you rise, you know what I mean?
Rise, yeah. Yeah, man,
Sharon
rise up.
Mango, rise up, for real.
Yes,
Respect.
yes, yes.
Right.
Well, again, it's been an honor.
Yeah.
Everybody here has been in definitely. Wait, is that Beverly Notes?
Yes.
Oh, Beverly!
Sorry, I couldn't hear you all, but I was standing on the ladder. I take down something, you know, so, and I couldn't get down in time. Okay, but blessings, Daniel Joseph. Okay. Listen to all you've said on this broadcast here. It leaves me inspired as to what I'm gonna hear from you musically, because you're very articulate musically again, you know. And so I like your thought process and the way you deliver your music. And you know, I'm really looking forward to what you've got in store for us. You know, I really rate your thought process.
Yeah. I won't let you down.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a neck squeezer. Yeah, I squeeze people in their neck. You know, don't let us down, because I feel the same way as we all on this broadcast feel. Okay.
Right.
So there's big hope for you, and we will support you no matter what. Okay, because we love what we're hearing. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't move from none of what you're saying. Don't move from your thought processes. Don't move from the delivery. You know, the way you deliver, it's quite moving, and it's quite. I don't know what to say, but you're a Joseph. Yes. You're a Joseph. I'm a Benjamin. I'm your sister, your little sister. Okay.
Yes.
I know that thought process. So I'm not thinking of a star sign thing here. I'm thinking of Joseph, the brother with the many quarter colors.
Colors, that's right.
You know? Yeah, that's where I'm going with your thought process. Okay, but anyway, I'm gone, because I'll chat you a storm. Yeah. I'm gonna go now, but it was nice to listen to all that you know, all that you said, all that you sang, all that. Yeah, did have on your fan in the background? Did you have on your fan?
Me?
Are you hot in there? Did you have on your fan?
Yes, there's a fan on. It's over
This
there.
fan for the whole 2 hours, this fan took the whole of this thing here.
Yeah, you guys were hearing it loud?
What do you mean? I don't know what anybody else was hearing, but I'm good at this. I hear things I'm not even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
in the studio hot, so the fan over there is blowing this way.
Right.
We heard it. Yeah, I heard it. Mm-hmm.
But as long as you can hear what I'm saying, then that's what is important.
I heard everything, but every fan movement, it did shake the whole process. But Anna, what you're saying was strong enough to come through that, so don't worry. But bless you and bless all in the room, okay? Me down up the ladder again, okay?
Okay. Boy, Beverly, be careful.
Bless.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, thank you so much, Beverly. Now, so again, Daniel Joseph.
Yeah.
I will have to tell you that it seems like you understood the assignment. You have an assignment and you've understood your assignment, because your time is coming next week and we'll see what happens. But we want to wish you the best. I'm looking forward to what you have to say. I'm really looking forward to what you have coming.
Yes, definitely.
You'll be pulled here, there, and everywhere. And when things hit, and that's what it is, when it hits, it will not go to your head. You will know that you've touched who you need to touch onto the next level. And that's what the assignment is, spreading the word, right?
Okay.
That is what God has charged you to do. To spread. He's charged us all. We've all been charged and we all have to do what we're supposed to do. So blessings upon blessings. I wish you well. Again, you understood and your understanding of your assignment.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
Right? You understand the assignment and you're walking in your purpose. That's what this is.
Yeah.
We give you the last word, Daniel. What you have to say?
Thank you, 10 Star. Thank you, Sharon Mango. Thank you, Beverly Notes, Sharon Bentley, DJ Maestro. And Erlene, that's the name. Thank you all for participating, and I really appreciate coming on the show, and I really appreciate the support and the consciousness that you guys have. Could you imagine if 50%, just 50% of the world was thinking like how this room is thinking? As meticulous person, you can tell. So, you know, I'm just grateful, and definitely look forward to us coming, and it's going to be great. Look forward to us coming. It's going to be a great look.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Respect, love, and blessings. All right.
You're most welcome, brother. We're gonna leave the room and we're gonna play this particular song. Sharon, did you want to say something before we leave?
Blessings to all who was in here today, my favorite people, my favorite people. And again, thank you, Daniel Joseph, for coming on and enlightening us and sharing your journey and your mission, because this is that mission now, you know, your mission. Your mission. Thank you so much. Thank you. Blessings again, one and all. Until the next time.
Daniel, salute, 10 Star.
Respect,
salute,
blessing. Respect,
oh,
blessing.
We are all right.
Yeah, man. Cool, yeah.
Hey, things are going. And that's a one for what I want. Okay. Man come in at the place and gun sporting one. Police get information, informing one. Mama will red and start the balling. Her child drop out well. I told taxing one. Man come in at the place and gun sporting one. Police get information, informing one. Mama will red and start the balling. Her child drop out well.
Listen to him.
Thing one. Too much violence and bloodshed in the garrison. Me tired for hear about the crime in the garrison. Them just a talk it, not do nothing about it. The crime just a raising at the ghetto damn. Hey, it's not only the garrison. You hear about the lawyer, Mr. Harrison. We take out the life insurance and him wife, Dr. Harrison. This kind of evil has no comparison. Yeah, yeah. Man come in at the place and gun sporting one. Police get information, informing one. Mama will red and start the balling. Her child drop out well. I told taxing one. Man come in at the place and gun sporting one. Police get information, informing one. Mama will red and start the balling. Her child drop out well. Told taxing one. Careful how you play the loot and the domino. On the street corner see them now. One man a come run. And him not care if you're innocent cause you're dead there with the man him one gun down.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all. That's all, folks.
Can I go home now?
I'm 10-Star General from Stockhead Promotions, and I'm out of here.